everybody, it's Miss Rose. I'm here to do a little lesson with you today. I hope everybody's doing well. I know social distancing is hard. It's not easy for any of us, but it will eventually end. We will eventually get to go back to work and to school and be able to play with our friends. It's just going to take a little bit of time. I have been hanging out at my house that I bought on Christmas, getting it ready to paint, hanging out with my boyfriend and our animals. We have 2 cats and a dog. And you'll get to meet my dog later and my boyfriend. I don't know. I've been busy with school. For those of you who don't know, I am going to school to be a teacher. I am 3 classes away from reaching that goal, and I hope to be demonstrating teaching in the fall at Centennial. If not, I will be there in my MIS room for a little bit longer. And I look forward to hopefully seeing all of you again. So today for my lesson, I wanted to do something to kind of get you guys out, to make it a little bit more fun at our time at home. So I was going to introduce you to geocaching. Many of you maybe have done geocaching. Maybe you've heard about it, and some of you probably have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. So today I'm talking about geocaching. What is geocaching? Geocaching is a worldwide scavenger hunt. You can go to geocaching.com to get an account and to begin playing. I will have all of this written up and there'll be a link. The geocaching.com is what usually beginners start with. It's the biggest one that's out there and the easiest one to use. And if you get it on your computer, it's free. You can pay an additional $29.99 a year to get a premium membership, which leads you to a few more geocaches that only premium members can find. But most geocaches are free, so I would stick with that until you decide whether or not it's something that you enjoy or you're interested in. So what is a cache? A cache is a group of things that have been hidden in a secret place in a specific container. And geo means found somewhere on Earth. So geocaching is basically something that's hidden on Earth. So how do you get started geocaching? So you need to go to the website and sign up. You'll need a GPS device, or most people, what I use is just a cell phone, a smartphone. And you can get the geocaching app on this. It's not free, it's $10, but it's a one-time $10 fee. It's a little green dot right there. So once you go on, or you get the app on your phone, you can look and find out where their geocaches are. We'll explain a little bit more of this later. But once you know where you're going, the idea of where you're going, you can walk or get on your bike and go to the area where the geocache is hidden. This is what geocachers call ground zero. On your app, you'll have a navigation compass that you can open up at this time, and it'll tell you where to walk, how far it is in feet, and in which direction to walk. So usually it gets you within 100 feet when you first get to the location. And then the geocache is it's usually not right where it says it is. It's usually within about 25 feet. So you are going to have to do a little bit of hunting. Other things that the app will give you or tell you about is you can read a description of the cache that you're going to find. There's information on its size, on its history, what level is it? Is it at eye level? Is it below eye level? Is it high up? And it's also really good to check the log. There's a log that has other people who have been to the site before and have found it. And it's sometimes really good to check the log to see how long ago it was found and how many people have found it. Because if it's been a while since it's been found, or there's a couple of people that have been like, oh, I couldn't find it, it could be that the geocache is gone. Somebody's found it and taken it away. And when that happens, it's called being muggled. So someone has removed the cache for any number of reasons. Usually they have no idea what it is and they find it, they think it's cool, they put it in their pocket, they take it home, or I don't know, they throw it away, they think it's trash. The other thing is when you're looking for a geocache, you want to be conscious of other people around the area. You might want to wait until some people leave, because those people are also referred to as muggles. So somebody who's like watching what you're doing and they really don't know what you're doing, maybe watching and they see that you find something, and then when you leave, they go and then they take it. So you want to be a little bit discreet or sneaky when you're out there doing this. So when you locate your find, your cache, you open it up, and inside is usually a log, and you can sign the log. You can mark it on your app as it was found. You can write a note about your experience. Did you think it was really cool? Was it really hard to find? Just whatever you want to put down. It gets shown to everybody that looks for it afterwards, and it also goes to the person that hid the item in the first place. So, and then you want to after you log it, the idea is to find as many as you can in as many different places as you can. So, the next thing is, what does the geocache actually look like? Geocache is anything hidden so regular people like the muggles don't see it. So you don't want it to be obvious. It has to be something you really kind of need to look for. Is it underneath a rock? Is it hiding inside of a tree? Is it on a red step, but it's painted red so it blends in? So there's all different kinds of containers. All containers should probably be waterproof because you want the things that are inside not to get ruined. You have micros. There's a lot of micros. A micro is, it can be, a lot of them are little teeny, really tiny, like really itty bitty little metal containers that are actually like a magnet that can stick to like the bottom of a bench or a trash can, anything that's metal that it can stick to. It also can be just like an old pill bottle that you have. It can be like a little container that hangs from a necklace. It can be just about anything. And then the next size would be like a small, and a small would be like the size of a box of tissue. It could be an old, Christmas tin that had cookies in it. It can be like, you could go to the store, you could buy some PVC pipe, and create a container that way. Then the next size after that, and you can camouflage them. So you can paint them so that they're camouflaged. You could use camo duct tape, anything that you can do so that it's not easy to see. The next size would be a medium. A medium is probably about the size of like a 24 pack of Coke. So it's a decent size. You can put lots of different stuff in there. Obviously, you've got to find a little bit better place to hide it when you have something that's bigger like that. I found a few like that, kind of more out like in the woods or off a trail, like in high grass. Kind of looks like a rock, or it's painted brown or green. And then you can have a large one, which could be as big as like a 5-pound bucket, those big giant buckets that you get paint in. Probably have some in your garage. It could even be like a trash can. There's even been ones that are like the sizes of dumpsters. Those are really rare, but they're out there. And you can make your own geocaches out of just about anything you can find at home, or you can go, the geocache website has different ones. You can go on Amazon and buy cache containers if you want to start hiding them on your own. So anyway, so now you're ready to go. You might want to take some things with you. You definitely need to have your smartphone or your GPS tracker. That you have to have. It's highly recommended that you take a pen with you so that you can sign the log. It's no fun when you get there and you find it and then, I forgot my pen. So you can sign it. Then you could also have like tweezers, like if it's a micro, sometimes they're really, really tiny and rolled up super tight, and tweezers can help you pull it out of the container. You could have like a mirror that has an extension, like a mirror on like a stick or whatever you can stick underneath things so that you don't have to get on the ground and be really obvious, like rolling around, looking up. Makes it a little bit more discreet. You can have like a magnetic poker that's like a long stick that has a magnet on the end of it, so you can kind of move things, get into places where it's really, really hard to reach, or like a prickly tree or what have you. And Extra paper is good to have in case you come across a log that's been damaged or is missing. We've had that happen. My first time I went out, there was one that was like that. So that's kind of what you need. There's other things if you get really, really good at it. But for the basics, honestly, all you really need is yourself, your phone, or your GPS. So now, there's other things that you can run into. Not all caches are just regular caches with a log for you to sign. You can run into things called travel bugs or trackables. And travel bugs or trackables are a specific game piece that moves. So somebody wants you to find it, and then they want you to move it somewhere else. So it could be like a coin. They make special coins for geocaching. It could be just a coin that you have. It could be a keychain. It could be this Pez dispenser that I have here, a toy, whatever. And then you usually give it a place. So like if you have this Pez dispenser and you were hiding it or you found it, it might be, I want you to take this Pez dispenser to a candy store. So you could take it to a candy store, have a picture of you and it taken, you can post it, log it, and then you want to take it and you want to hide it somewhere else so somebody else can get it so it can get to its destination. An example of somebody that did one was they had a little Snoopy figurine doll, and they wanted it to go all the way to Minneapolis to the place where the cartoon was created. So it did eventually get there, and two little girls had found it, and they went and they had their picture taken in front of the big statue outside of the building. So those can be kind of fun. Probably not where you're going to start to begin with. And then the other thing that you can run into is what's called GeoSwag. And GeoSwag is, probably aren't going to find one like in a micro, but in a small or up, you might find one that has, I don't know, like a little button, like this, little pins. We collect pins. It could have a coin. It could have like a little car, the little toys that you find at the Dollar Tree. So when you find those, you can take one of those out, but you have to remember you have to put something back in. So if you take out a little toy car, you need to put something else in that's about the same value so that when the next person comes, they can find something and they can take it. So then the next question is why would you want to geocache? And so I started geocaching a few summers ago. My boyfriend Tim had been doing it for years. And we went downtown one day because we had some business that we had to do. So we parked our car and we walked and we took care of our business. And then we went around walking all around the city finding geocaches because they can be found just about anywhere. They can be found in the city. They can be found in parks. They can be found, I mean, just wherever you can imagine. And so we went and we found a bunch in the city. And I think we found 4 that day. And the last one that we found was right outside of a restaurant. And we actually went into the restaurant at the end of the day and had dinner. And it was just a really fun day. And it's a place that I would have probably never gone to eat at. There were probably things downtown I had never seen before or never been, just because I was looking for geocaches. So it's a great way to find and try new things. Ultimately, geocaching gets you outside. It brings adventure into your life and helps you find new places. So I hope you guys are all interested in what geocaching is. And I'm going to have 2 additional videos on here. We're going to go out and actually try to find 2 different geocaches. So stay tuned. Oh, also, and if you enjoy what you've seen, if you like what I just talked about, and you go out and you watch the videos of us finding stuff, and then you go out and you find some stuff, you can share that with me. Or if you're interested in learning about how to place a geocache or to place a trackable and have it go somewhere, that's something that we could do in a lesson too. I just need to know that you guys are interested, and then I will go out and I will put out some geocaches for other people to find with you guys. Okay, I hope everybody's good. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'm planning on putting some on next week about old-fashioned games that I played and your grandparents played and your parents played that might be things that you might want to do during this time. Anyway, bye. Miss you guys.